Quite a bit of filming for this series was done at John Rich's driving school, Stoney Ridge in Natal. I regard John as the country's best 4x4 trainer. Well, certainly the best I have seen teaching the subject.
Yeah, we often get the question from a new buyer of a 4x4. He's gone out there and he's spent a lot of money on his vehicle. And I don't really mind what type of 4x4 it is. I'm here to teach the people on how to drive a 4x4 and get the most out of their 4x4. You want to firstly look at the respect for the 4x4. You want to keep it in a pristine condition that it's arrived in. You want the person to have enjoyment out of his vehicle. He wants to get the most out of his vehicle. But firstly, to do that, you've got to be fair on the vehicle. You've got to know when and how you're going to put it into its four-wheel drive modes. Why are you going to use it in high range? Why are you going to use it in low range? These are all the benefits of a 4x4, because a 4x4 can be both used on-road, traveling from A to B, and the conditions may change on-road. So to know how to use it on-road as well as off-road, it's going to get you both safely to your destination, and while you're in these conditions that call for it to be in low-range 4x4, you can then be fair on the vehicle, utilizing its potential to its full potential, of that particular vehicle that you are driving. To understand your own vehicle is extremely important. But on that, to get a vehicle to perform, choice of line is extremely important. Choosing a line and knowing how to choose a line. But I think it all stems from understanding your vehicle, understanding when to put power on, understanding how much power to put on in certain circumstances. If it has like rear diff locks, when to apply it, and how to apply it, and how safely to apply it. If you use the vehicle as it was designed to be used, it's going to last a lifetime. Abuse the vehicle and it's going to let you down in the most places out there. There are also other sort of avenues that you can do either beforehand, is looking at videos and DVDs made on 4x4. The DVDs are good. It gives you more in-depth once you have left the training. It'll fill you in places that you have forgotten, or when you're going to go out on safari, now you need to recap slightly on that. Play the DVD, run it through the areas that you're unsure of, but I'll still recommend that you actually go and get full training on it. Firstly, I would look at, as the person doing the instruction, is he going to care for my vehicle? Does he have the vehicle at heart first? Is he going to teach me the benefits of the vehicle and actually teach me how to find a line and drive the vehicle? Or am I just going to follow the person around and he's just running through the basic principles of off-road driving? The person, I feel, should have a lot of experience behind him. They should have a minimum of 4 years experience behind them before they are more adequate in training on that. But Stoney Ridge is located in Natal Midlands. It's about 4 hours from Joburg and about just over 2 hours from Durban. So that's the location we're in. It's all on a private game farm. An extent of about 2,500 hectares on that. Varying terrain, we're quite fortunate with the terrain. We've got plus minus 200 kilometers of off-road track on the place. It's been GPSed and mapped on contours, so we can download it onto GPS as well. Different conditions. You've got from rivers to climbing mountains, shaly hills, rocky hills, sand in the rivers, sand exits from that, mud. We're very fortunate in having a lot of conditions that we can train everybody through. Yeah, we can take from individuals right to, I like a group no more than 8. 8 is a nice group. We can learn from each other as we sort of go through. It does take time, but it's a learning process as we go through. 1s and 2s are great. Obviously, you'll get more personal attention on that, and we run through. But I like to do it as a personal sort of thing. I don't like big groups. I feel we start to lose it. It's more just plain driving over, then you're just on a a 4x4 trip rather than on a learning sort of curve on that one, because there is a lot to learn. You've got to understand why you're doing something, and from there you can, when you go out on your own, choose the correct thing to do while you're out there. But basically, first in the morning we'll have lectures, and then followed by a practical drive, come back for lunch, relax a little bit, and then we go out and we do some more driving with increased difficulty on that one, going into late afternoon to do some recovery. That will cover basically your level 1 is the lecture with a practical drive, so you understand the fundamentals of your vehicles, the approach to off-roading, how to drive it, and then level 2 is increasing the difficulties on that with recovery in it as well. The level 3 is normally done on the Sunday, and that's a long drive with all the difficulties chucked in. Conservation is the primary aspect to off-road driving. You've got to stick to the rules of conservation. I'd stick to the roads, okay? If they're existing roads, go on those. You're there to explore areas, not to explore areas that haven't been explored. You need to go to areas that already got existing trails or tracks on them, and you stay on those tracks. You know, being in four-wheel drive, going through an area is going to save the environment. If you start to wheel spin in two-wheel drive, you're starting to destroy the environment. You have a four-wheel drive, put it into appropriate gears and the right sort of thing. This is why it's important to have training beforehand before you go out there. I feel 4x4ing is a family activity. Enjoy it with the family, go and explore places with the family. Get the whole family involved with off-roading. You know, yes, get both parties to be able to drive. It's very important. To me, that is one of the most important aspects, because you can be on safari and the primary driver can get injured. So your second person, your spouse, needs to be able to drive. Maybe not as well as you, but needs to be trained in the aspect of driving off-road. And I feel that the kids must also get involved with that. You get to a place, let them help you. Let them help you bring rocks, to do stone packing. Get them involved with guiding if they're old enough to help you guide you over rocks. Teach them this. This makes it a whole family activity. Everybody enjoys it. And once they enjoy it, the more they want to do it.